a pocket 387. We have Keiran Sweetfeet O'Brien in the black and gold shorts and blue corner, and then we have Kiru Singh Sahota in the orange shorts and red corner.
Keiran showing those sweet feet off with some dancing to his opponent. Kiru coming out.
Oh, and showing some nice long kicks, but Kiru responds. Kiru loves to stand up, loves to stand and bang. Undefeated, 3-0.
Kiru, a very technical fighter. Moves extremely well. Doesn't possess loads of power, but makes up for that with clean, crisp technique.
Absolutely, and look at the way he's picking those shots. And Keiran riding a bit of a wave as well on a 2-fight win streak.
Both of these guys very similar body types, you know, long, lanky, lots of kicks, lots of movement. They have very similar styles. I'd say more kick heavy. Sweet feet in the black and gold.
Yeah, sweet feet, Keiran O'Brien, and we talked about his dancing as Kiru was making his entrance. Also has made that part of his development as a martial artist. Not only has done stuff like ballet, but pole dancing as well, all about dexterity, balance, anywhere where you have to really apply those and then you can reapply it to martial arts, and you can see how well he moves around the cage, how loose he is.
And look at that smile on his face, really enjoying his experience in there. Great from Kiru switching up there to go to the calf kick. That will slow down the movement. You know, Keiran moving so well, trying to kind of look Dominic Cruz-esque with those movements, switching stance, going high, going low. Very effective.
But look at the movement from Keiran O'Brien, really nice stuff, very fluid, hard to read. Oh, nice knees on the inside as well. And Kiru and his brother both train out of AVT. Pav Singh Sahota, I've witnessed a couple of his fights, got lucky enough to call one at Celtic Gladiator. Really is a high-level martial artist himself. He's still an amateur, but Kiru Singh Sahota carving his way as a professional, undefeated, but coming up against this tough, interesting, dynamic test that is Keiran O'Brien.
You don't know what angle Kieran's going to come from, changing it up, and in that he's very effective in that clinch. I think you can see he's strong in the clinch position and has a little bit more of an understanding than Kiru, and he's really making him pay with those knees. So, you know, as a coach, I would say to Kiru to try and avoid this position, because Keiran seems to be getting the better of it at this moment in time. It just seems a little bit more powerful here.
Yeah, slightly stronger in that clinch, exactly as you said. Keiran O'Brien. His girlfriend is also a martial artist, a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, so they've been drilling techniques as well. Taking your work home with you. It pays off. You're exactly right. Look at how powerful he is in this clinch. Even with Kiru pressuring forward, he was almost able to turn him off then.
Yeah, Kiru bullied him up to the fence, which is intelligent, because this turns it now from Thai boxing to MMA, really. And that might take it away from Keiran a little bit. But that's what I would do if I was Kiru. Try and avoid that, get out of that position. I'd just say Kieran's a little bit more comfortable there. So with the mixture of that, being very comfortable in the clinch and great movement, great three-piece there hitting him, beautiful. You know, it does make it a complicated puzzle for Kiru to solve, because he moves in, gets control, and then he's in that tie clinch.
Oh, steps in with that nice body shot. Again, nice movement from Keiran O'Brien.
And it works well for Keiran O'Brien because, like I said, Kiru not really a power puncher, so you can take a few of those risks with the movement and hands down. And, you know, you got to be careful because he's definitely got the power to put you away. He's got a couple of knockout victories, but it just makes it a little bit easier confidence-wise. Nice right hand from both men.
That was solid from Keiran, and Pav ate it well. Sorry, Kiru ate it well. Again, the clinch.
Kiru doing well to escape this position. Needs to watch those elbows. He looks a lot more confident there now, though. Seems like he's settled a little bit. Nice right hand. Found that home for that a few times now. Spinning him out, putting him on the cage. Very clever. Intelligent movement there. And you can see how Kieran's using that leg to keep the distance. Just popping that knee out. It is complicated. Oh, a beautiful slip underneath.
And a little wave of the finger there.
Has beautiful personality.
Really expresses himself well in that cage. Fun to watch. I got to send him a few questions, and his philosophy behind fighting as well, Keiran O'Brien, absolutely fascinating. Oh, that one into the forearm there of Kiru Singh Sahota. Working that low calf kick well, Kiru.
Yeah, I think he needs to up the pace with those low kicks to that calf because it will slow down the movement of Keiran. He'll see it in round 2 and 3. But I'd say Kiru bullying the fight a lot more when he gets in and pushes him up against the fence. But in the middle of the cage, the movement from Keiran, very hard to understand and to nail it down. Really interesting fight here.
Interesting indeed, and you saw Kiru and Keiran, both of them give each other a little smile at the end of that. A little nod, they know this is a tough fight, and this is a really dynamic striking display by both fighters. Keiran comes from a background of karate, other martial arts as well, ninjutsu, Wing Chun, Taekwondo, finally discovering MMA when he was about 20 years old when studying philosophy at university, and that's
all comes out in his character here in the cage. You can see all of those years of putting that all together. I was a little bit distracted. Danny Mitchell just come up to me and showed me his broken finger. Apparently he received that in the first punch. First punch he threw in the fight, he broke his little finger on his left hand, and it didn't seem to bother him that much, did it?
It's quite a tough bloke, really. Now we move into the second round of this bantamweight contest, sponsored by Apoca 387. Kiru Singh Sahota in the orange shorts, red corner. Keiran Sweet Feet O'Brien in the blue corner with the gold and black shorts. Oh, he's eating a couple of shots there. Kiru really now getting a bit more aggressive.
You can see that from his corner and tell him they need him to come forward and throw shots and pressure him and bully him, and I completely agree. When Kiru's the bully and he goes first, he's doing great work. When he allows Keiran to move around, show off those sweet feet, he's making it complicated and hard for him. He needs to bully into him and control these clinch positions.
It's so interesting, isn't it, as far as they're both dynamic strikers with their own individuality in that cage, but you're exactly right. It's just going to come down to, despite the flair, despite all the arsenal of weapons they've got in their locker, can Kiru Singh just put it on Keiran Sweet Feet O'Brien? Because once he gives him space, that's when it becomes difficult. That's when he's second-guessing the movement and the entries, the angles.
A little bit of an eye poke there, so we're just having a little pause. But you can just see in Kiru the intention in him coming to this second round. It's completely different to the first. I think he's fed up with the movement. He wants to get in there and he wants to go to work, you know. Going to call the doctor in just to check out the eye.
Doctor will check it over, make sure the fight is okay to continue. Obviously, totally accidental, just in the heat of battle there. We talk about it so often, these open-fingered gloves. It is just part of, unfortunately, the course.
I think that could do well for Keiran because Kiru was in a good mindset there. You can see he's still pacing back and forth, not taking his eyes off his opponent. He's really intense right now. Apologises for the eye poke, but that might have just taken a little bit of his bite off. Let's see how he comes back into this second round. Referee going to just have a quick word.
Just let him know he wants those fingers either pointing upwards if your hands are out or closed.
Obviously with the rule change now, you can take a point off straight away for that offence as well. So lucky to get a warning there is Kiru.
Kiru again stepping in with that elbow.
That's a nice little move as well, especially because you see Keiran likes to come into the clinch, so he could move straight into that elbow.
Oh, and there's a nice knee up the middle from Keiran.
I'd say Kiru had the most success he's had is with that straight right hand. And I'd say for Keiran, it's definitely the knees to the body has been probably been his most successful shots.
Oh, and
now we've got a body lock from Kiru, much more effective. See that leg? Just separating the two. Great work here, but you can switch that to a high crotch to move it around. But so flexible and dexterous is Keiran Sweet Feet.
Oh, nice move off the cage. That was beautifully done. That wasn't just about finding the hole, that was timing it as well. Yeah. Exits and now back in space where he wants to be, Keiran O'Brien.
Oh, back down to that calf kick. Very effective. That hurt him, that one. Kiru just struggling to pin him in on the fence. He's got him right now, but like we saw just a second ago, Keiran, moving very well off that fence and trying to take the back. So he's just kind of looking for his openings, using that knee shield with that right leg. I think Kiru needs to go back to the gym and work out that position with the knee shield, because it can really work for you as a defensive move and it can be used against you as well. So that's something he'll definitely learn from this fight. Good head position. Kiru defending this single leg very well by pushing that head up.
Look how composed he looks as well. Looks across to his corner, doing all the right things, following their instructions, but looks very calm.
Looking for that, this leg reap. Keiran gets down to the knee, but Kiru straight back up. Keiran and Kiru, this is tough, eh? Getting that underhook in.
Working hard for it as well. Now turns up against the cage.
Beautiful head position, but again, those knees from Keiran coming in.
Now he's getting more success on the inside. Oh, steps in with the elbow again. That's lovely work from Kiru Sahota.
His corner asking for more of that, more of the elbows in the clinch, because that's only really where he has the advantage, in the knees and the length and the strength. I think he's struggling, but with that right elbow, he can land it right now as well if he wants.
Oh, that body shot hurt Keiran O'Brien. You saw him pull that elbow down. Oh, and again, there's another one. Oh, and another.
We can see the bullying style now of Kiru just coming forward, not giving him a second to breathe. No, we don't want to see that movement. We don't want to see those sweet feet. I want to bully you, and this is hurting now.
And isn't it funny, as we spoke about in the first round, it felt like Keiran was the stronger of the two, but look how Kiru Singh Sahota has grown into this fight.
Sweeping down for a knee bar, beautiful entrance there, and he's underneath him, inverting the guard, looking for the leg.
Oh!
And that is close, but manages good work there from Kiru. And he's back to his feet in a better position. Needs to watch that. He doesn't get caught here.
This is
double legs.
Pro MMA, so heel hooks, knee bars, all of them are open. And
he's on that heel now in a very dangerous position.
Oh, as he turns over. And the cage might stop there.
Kiru's out there, just needs to push this down to free his knee. He looks like he's safe to me, and he's going to have great position here.
That is good composure and understanding. Keiran O'Brien, a 2 times no-gi BJJ champion at blue belt and purple belt. So he knew exactly what he was doing there, but the entry was beautiful for that knee bar. That's what...
And I think mentally that's really hurt Keiran now, him escaping that leg lock. He's taken a beating on the feet, and now Kiru giving him no space.
Gasping for air, Keiran O'Brien, really, you can see it. Like you said, I think, felt that might have been his knockout punch, trying to get the submission there from rolling for the knee bar to the heel hook, but now Kiru growing in strength, keeping that pressure up. Oh, and again a body shot.
Oh, he's getting him now. He's waning. Explosive from Kiru.
And that is it. Wow. Kiru Singh Sahota.
Piling on the pressure. Absolutely piling on the pressure. Taking away that movement from Keiran and just would not let him breathe.
What a performance. To come back against such an awkward and game opponent. Somebody who really was putting on a show for us in that first round in Keiran O'Brien. Then, as you said, came out in that second round. He was a different fighter. The mentality was different. And once he applied that aggression to his technique, this is what happened.
I think great cornering there in between rounds. I think they must have given him the correct direction. Don't mess around with him in the middle. Get him up against that fence. Keep the pressure high. Keep coming forward. And, you know, for Kiru, listening to that, he's now 4-0 as a pro, undefeated, but still young in the game. And he's showing the intelligence to change his game plan within a fight, because he does like to box, he does like to move, he does like to use, you know, the footwork as well. So he changed his style up within the fight, took it to him in the second round, and you could just see him. He slowly broke him down. It was a fantastic performance, and those body shots had a lot to do with it.
Those body shots were exquisite.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 4 minutes 51 seconds in the second round, we have a winner by way of referee stoppage to strikes and TKO, Kiru Singh Sahota!
So there we have the young man from Huddersfield, went to the same high school as me, Holmfirth High.
So he's struggling mentally.
No, they'd barely built it in my age. He's a lot younger than me, but that'll be a proud moment for him and his family. And another great win against a tough, dynamic opponent. And we'll give credit as well to Keiran O'Brien. What a fun fight he made that.
Oh, I was extremely impressed with Keiran O'Brien. Extremely. I think he had a lot of great skill, showed a lot of talent, a lot of skill. But Kiru, just that fighter mentality came out, and that's definitely what they have at ABT. You know, they're aggressive. It's a gym full of beasts that will put it on you, and they won't let you relax. And if he'd have let him relax and got into his footwork and his movement, that fight could have slowly moved away from him. But he took it to him from the off in the second round, then it paid dividend. And that's the mentality you need in the game, you know. You don't just need to be flash and flamboyant. You need to have that, I'm going to come at you and I'm going to put it on you, you know what I mean?